How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to teach you the proper steps on how to fade or taper. They're the same thing, they just start off differently, okay? So this technique is either going to work for a haircut or it's going to work for facial work. Either way, it's going to come out nice. Alright, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so before we get into the steps, I want you guys to understand something about your clippers, right? So there's different types of blades on each clipper, okay? The reason why this is important because each blade is different, okay? So for instance, this one, the curve is right in here. So the reason why that's important is because when you're creating guidelines, right when you get to the line that you need, that you're at, to blend it out nicely and you don't make it too hard and difficult to blend out. As soon as your clipper start cutting and then it hits this point, that's when you're going to go ahead and flick out. Okay, that's what's going to create a guideline, but it's also going to fade it out. Okay, a lot of people's mistake is when they make guidelines and stuff, they make it so distinct that it takes longer and harder to fade out. But yeah, so that's what you need to know about each blade. Each blade is different. You got to know where all the pivot points are. Okay. All right. Second thing is each clipper has levers, right? I like to use a 1, 2, 3 rule. So basically, you start off all the way open. That's your 1. Okay, and then you go halfway, and that's your 2, and then all the way closed is gonna be your third one. Okay, third and final. Okay, so once again, let me go ahead and repeat that. You got your 3 all the way open, then you go midway, that's your 2, and then all the way closed is your 3. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the steps. Okay, so I have this marked up because the general rule is each guideline you make, you want to go up, I say every ½ inch. Okay, I like to start off with the lever all the way open. Okay, and basically what I'm gonna do is right here is my first guideline. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is remember the curvature. Okay, you're basically gonna go up, right? Now as soon as you get to that line at that curve, that's where you're gonna flick out. Okay, so that's gonna be your first guideline. Then to erase this line right here, I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way close. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. Okay, there's gonna be a second guideline, right? And that's when I go ahead and go into the midway. Now, here's the important part. When you're doing the midway, instead of using the full blade, right? Instead of using this full blade, you're just gonna use the first 3 teeth. Just these corner, okay? And you're just gonna go ahead and knock out that line, okay? The reason why I like using the corners is because it helps knock out the line without creating another line, okay? And sometimes you don't even have to fade out everything. Sometimes there's just little dark spots that are behind. So once you knock those dark spots out, it creates a nice blade. Okay, and so with this guideline, you don't want to pass it, right? Because each one creates a guideline. So the reason why you have that guideline is so you don't pass it. With some haircuts, there's an exception because some people have different hair, some people have different head shapes, right? So, but that's for later on, right? That's for you more advanced. Right now, I'm just teaching you the steps to get down, right? 'Cause what everyone knows, you have to get the basics down before you could advance and start doing things, critiquing things, right? Once you start getting into critiquing things, that's where the creativity comes into play, right? That's when you start creating a masterpiece, okay? And that's what we call the detail work, right? So right now we're just trying to get everything laid out, and then at the end of it is when you start detailing, okay? So now that we have created that guideline, right? Now we're gonna go and create another guideline. And so first we did just the blade, right? So right now, this is to do a bald fade or a skin fade. Okay. Next step is we're gonna throw on a 16th guard. Okay. That's gonna be your smallest guard. Okay. And once again, we're gonna start with the lever all the way open, and then from here, we're just gonna go ahead and go up to that line there. And once again, remember the little lift off part. We're just gonna go into it, and we're just gonna go ahead and lift off at that point, right? So then we created another guideline. So now all you have is this line and here. Okay, this should have been faded out. Okay, now we're going to go close the clipper, right? And we're gonna go ahead and knock that line out, right? Then once again, we have that middle line, and then we're gonna go ahead and have it midway, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and do the first three, right? You could use this side or this side, it doesn't matter, but just make sure you stay with 3 teeth, okay? And you're just gonna go ahead and knock it out, okay? All right, can you guys guess what we're gonna do for the next step? That's right. Next, we're gonna throw on the 1 guard, right? And then what are we gonna do with the lever? That's right. We're gonna have the lever all the way open, right? Then we're gonna go ahead and create that next guideline. Go ahead and scoop it out, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and close it all the way, and we're gonna go ahead and knock that out, right? And then we're gonna take it midway, and then we're gonna go ahead and knock that line out. Okay, so those are basically all the steps that you need to know. Okay, these are the general rules on each step before you go to the next guard. Okay, there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. Like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to. Just like I said, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.